Alright, you know the title of the video, so without further ado, let's get it cracking. The preview between the Panthers and the Vikings. These two teams will play in the upcoming Sunday. Where is that preview? Minnesota leads the series 6-4. Last meeting, 2011. They won 24-21 in Bank of America Stadium over Carolina Panthers. It's going to come down to Carolina stopping the run and putting the ball in the hands of either Josh Freeman or Matt Castle. Christian Ponder's still out with the rib injury. For what I've heard, if he plays and he gets hurt, that rib can actually puncture his heart. So if I'm the Vikings, the last thing you want to do is have him out there and take that risk, that unnecessary risk. Excuse me. And it's also going to be the Panthers offensive line versus Vikings defensive line. And see how that's going to play out. And last but not least, avoid big mistakes, which I'm going to talk about in the review as of right now. Yesterday's game between the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. Oh my goodness, where in the world do I begin? Congratulations to the Cardinals fans. Their team deserved to win over Carolina Panthers. Their defense was outstanding. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, Patrick Peterson is overrated. Just saying. Now, as for the Carolina Panthers, I watched that game. I didn't watch the entire game because I was out somewhere. I missed the first quarter and caught from the 11 minutes and 9 seconds left in the second quarter all the way to the end. I don't understand the Carolina Panthers. They're nothing but a roller coaster team. They're up and down, up and down, up and down. They beat teams they have no business beating, and they lose teams they should have beat. They beat teams that, I don't know, man. It's so frustrating as a Carolina Panthers fan. They're 1-3, going up in Minnesota in the upcoming Sunday against the Vikings, and you know they're going to be on their A game coming off a bye week. Now, the reason why the Carolina Panthers lost the game, first of all, the offense. Cam Newton, what is with you overthrowing your receivers? Wow, you're in your third year and you're still doing that. And I keep saying accuracy, hot and cold issues. It creeps up. When he's on fire, he's unstoppable. When he's ice cold, it's brutal. And the interceptions that he threw, two of them were just god awful. One to Patrick Peterson, he underthrew Steve Smith. I'm like, oh no, I know this is not going to end well. And he stood in the pocket for far too long and just got smashed. He should have just threw, and when he scrambled, he should have just threw the ball out of bounds, so, to avoid sacks. The last thing I want him to do is pull a Eli Manning, have 3 intentional groundings penalties. So Cam Newton's got to play better. He has to play better. And I've been hearing people saying, well, they should bench Cam Newton and bring in Derek Anderson. And that's going to solve everything, huh? Okay. With that broken offensive line, yeah, good luck. He's going to get smashed even worse. Because he's not as mobile as Cam Newton. The wide receivers, wow. I mean, Steve Smith dropped 2 easy passes from Cam Newton. I mean, just 2 of them. One in the end zone. Come on, dude. You know better than that. You've been in the league for too long to drop those type of passes. Brandon LaFell on 4th and 1 in the red zone inside the Arizona Cardinals territory, and you drop that crucial 4th and 1 pass. It hits you in the hands. And you wonder why Carolina Panther fans and critics say that the Panthers don't have a number 2 wide receiver. You wonder why. Jeez, man. He has that Butterfingers reputation, man. The offensive line gave up 7 sacks. I mean, it's not all their fault. Some is on Cam Newton, and some is on, like I said, on the offensive line. You got to protect him better. There's no excuse. And the play calling was questionable. Why would you have Cam Newton throw the ball on 3rd and 3 when in the red zone when you're about to score and trying to cut the lead to single digits? I think you had D'Angelo Williams or Mike Tolbert in the backfield in a shotgun. You could have handed the ball off to him, or could have kept the ball to himself and have him get 3 or 4 or 5 more yards or something. But no, have Cam Newton throw the ball, interception. I think it was Daryl Washington picked him off. Cut off Steve Smith in that slant pattern. Defense played pretty well. Even though the defensive line had a, so-so game. Sure, they had 2 sacks against Carson Palmer, but that's pretty much it. I mean, this is the worst part of all. Carson Palmer had 1 touchdown pass, let alone a meaningless 1 touchdown pass, and 3 INTs. The defense played well enough, and the Carolina Panthers still found a way to lose the game. I'm not going to get mad at Ron Rivera. He went for it on 4th and 1 late in the first half. He did. He went for it. He put the trust in the players. They failed him. The Carolina Panthers should have beaten the Arizona Cardinals. I felt they were the better team than the Arizona Cardinals. But penalties, that's number 2. Penalties killed them. So, I'm done with the review. Now let's get on with the studs, duds, and what the chocolate fudge. The studs, Cleveland Browns 3-2. 3 teams remain undefeated. The Kansas City Chiefs, the New Orleans Saints. I know there's another team who's undefeated, and Denver Broncos. And I'm going to say something before I move on. The Kansas City Chiefs are by far the softest undefeated team in the National Football League. They haven't played anybody. Let's not act like they're beaten elite teams. They beaten Tennessee. They're going to finish 3rd in the AFC South. They beaten Jacksonville Jaguars. They look like, the way they're playing, the way things are going for that franchise, they look like they can only muster 3 wins, 2 wins, 1 win. Shoot, they may not win a single game. And they've beaten the NFC, basically almost the entire NFC division. They don't play the Redskins until December 8th. Show me something, Kansas City. Show me something. Beat the Denver Broncos. Get a wild card berth. Get in the playoffs. Win 1 playoff game and come talk to me. I know the Kansas City Chiefs fans going to be angry at me, but I don't care at this point. Show me something. That's about it on studs. Duds. New England Patriots lost their first game of the year. Who else I'm missing? Seattle Seahawks lost their first game of the year. Matt Schaub, fourth game in a row with a pick 6, set our NFL record. Oh my goodness. That is bad. That is bad. That should have been in a what the chocolate fudge category, but no. But that's just bad. Cam Newton, horrible. Brian Hoyer from the Cleveland Browns quarterback, he's out for the year with the torn ACL. That's bad. So, and what the chocolate fudge. I'm touching a little bit of college football. The North Carolina Tar Heels are terrible. Their defense is so bad. It's just embarrassing to watch. It's one thing to lose to the Virginia Tech Hokies, which they did last Saturday, but to let the East Carolina Pirates come into your house and just spank you guys up and down the field like that, that's just horrible. Jacksonville Jaguars 0-5. What else is new? New York Giants is 0-5. My goodness, they're horrible. Cincinnati Bengals, they're Jekyll and Hyde. You don't know what you're going to get from them. So with that, I'm out.